Moving on to Jay Confused. Jay Confused, man. Jay Confused. I think that's his new name. Jay Confused. He don't know what to do. He don't know if he want to be the best rapper. He don't know if he want to be friends. He don't know if he want to be enemies. He don't know if he want to ride a bicycle, drive a car, fly a kite, drive a skateboard. He just, I don't know. I just hope he just find his direction because he's all over the place right now. How J. Cole just made the Kendrick and Drake beef more complicated. Salute to fantastic hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and hit the like button because I ain't no hater. So let's see what the hell J. Cole over here doing, bro. Because J. Cole is J Confused. All right. I don't know, but hey, for content purposes, let's see what the hell he got going on.
With J. Cole, after months of initial confusion when he backed out of the beef and apologized to Kendrick Lamar, and then speculation which was seemingly telling us that after being subbed and jabbed at over and over again by Drake through both his major diss tracks in various lines and through petty posts on social media that the duo was just on tour together and made a hit song like First Person Shooter were no longer on good terms. After the entire hip-hop world has been trying to figure out where exactly Cole stands after a feud where no matter how you spin it, he was right in the middle of. Cole has finally given us the answers that we have been searching so hard to find out with his new track Port Antonio. And now first off with this song, before we get into what Cole has said and what this all means for him in hip-hop, I think it's great that unlike most other rappers in this feud who were caught up in the cross of it and just have left confusing hints out to fans to figure out where they really stand and how they feel, J. Cole has now actually told us where his mind was at when he made one of the most polarizing and shocking decisions in rap beef and really all of hip-hop history. And now with this song, in its entirety, it functions as an intimate track where after so much noise and chaos in hip-hop, we are facing J. Cole's most personal and reflective thoughts, and the somber beat on this cut only reflects this idea. And so now with the perfect musical canvas to tell us some of the most coveted and sought after information in all of rap right now, Cole gets to work on this track, and after he shows off his lyrical skill on the first verse, things take a much more serious turn on the second verse as Cole talks about the current state of hip-hop and the culture. And as he talks about how he doesn't approve of where this new generation is headed in the genre, he begins to address the entire controversy surrounding him and rap's greatest beef of the century, as he says. I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go, which now initially with this bar off rip, this seems to confirm the story that Schoolboy Q came and told J. Cole himself that things with Kendrick and Drake were going to go in a way that was way more serious than just exchanging bars for the sport of it, because in the context of everything we now understand, there is no other way that J. Cole would have this intuition to back out.
And that's true because, you know, apparently, allegedly, you know, Kendrick people hit up J. Cole and said, yo, bro, you might want to back out. We locked and loaded. We got some info on you and old boy over there. So it's best for you to bow out while you can. So Drake went on stage. I mean, J. Cole went on stage and he folded like a lawn chair. Mm-hmm. Like a little bitch.
Nigga, you was a bitch.
If just days before coming to this conclusion, he was releasing a full-on diss track to Kendrick, so at least with this far off rip, we seem to have a definitive reasoning to—
Man, listen, ain't no apologies in hip-hop, man. This is different, man. Listen, if this was the buffing is getting worse, is it a buffing on live stream? Am I buffing y'all? Even say I'm buffing. Hold on, let me see. Nah, it says I'm doing good. Everything should be good. Everything should be good. Everything should be good. If it's buffing, just close out of your device and bring me back up.
To why Cole decided to back out as those pieces are put together. And from here, Cole goes into greater detail about this decision and his choice as he talks about the Kendrick and Drake situation, saying, they wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost a battle, dog. I would have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe.
Man, this is such a passive-aggressive bullshit-ass line. He giving y'all reasons why he backed out, but then he's saying that he would have won the battle. But man, I don't respect this shit, man. You can't go back and forth. Just pick a side, man. Like, either you want to beef or you want to be friends. Like, you can't dip and dodge. Like, you know, what's the thing? The game when you hopscotch? No, with the little jump rope. What's it called? The little jump rope with the girls, they be jumping and shit. Mine just went blank. What's it called? Help me out. I can't think. I just got a brain fart. The little double dutch. Yeah, double dutch. You can't be double dutching, man. Yeah, I just had a brain fart. Can't be double dutching. What you want to do? You want to get in or you want to get out? What you want to do? Pick one. I don't like all this passive aggressive shit. Nah, man, pick one. Either you're in or you're out.
Oh, and now here, Cole is telling us with the stakes of this beef being so much higher than we could have ever imagined, he realized that joining in was ultimately going to end up making him a full-on enemy to Kendrick Lamar for good, who he expresses that he has love for in these bars. Although it's strange that while he is saying things like these, he is still boasting that he would have won this battle, which we will get into later, and adding some much-needed context to all of this. Cole explains why he didn't engage even more, as he says. And all for what? Just to attain some more props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for? Which
Man, shut up, man. Do you understand how braggadocious you've been for the last years and now you're going to blame it on the fans? Man.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
I don't want to, man, I don't respect that. Now you're trying to put the blame on other people for what you said in your records. Man.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
I don't want to hear that bullshit, nigga. Kendrick just punked your motherfucking ass and now you trying to blame other people for it.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
I don't want to hear this shit.
Regardless of how we criticize Cole for backing out and how this may affect his actual rap legacy, as a person, I think you have to respect him for standing on his own morals and principles regardless of what others may think. And now bringing this picture full circle, Cole lets everything else out with some of the most important bars of the year as right from the perspective of the guy who was in the middle of this thing. He weighs in on everything that went down between this entire trio of him, Kendrick, and Drake by saying, I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing. Protecting legacy so lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war, I walked away with all they blood on me. Now some
nigga, you's a bitch.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Some will discredit me, try to wipe away my pedigree, but please find a person that's rapping this incredibly. And
man,
nigga, you's a bitch.
I don't want to hear that shit.
These bars, Cole really lets us further into his mind than ever as he breaks down this entire feud from his eyes and talks about the glory that was involved and ultimately fought for in this beef. And now while most of this only reaffirms his points that this feud went too far and that Cole was caught in the ugly middle of it all, what's interesting is that Cole is saying that Kendrick and Drake very well may regret some of the things they said about one another in this battle and now with this. While I get from Cole's stance why he feels this way and why he would say this, I think this narrative that what went down between Kendrick and Drake got so out of hand and that this is something unprecedented for rap beef has been way overblown. As when we look at the grand lineage of rap beefs and even in very high profile ones like Jay-Z and Nas, in many instances there were a lot worse things and a lot more obscene things said, and Cole should very well know this as he modeled his diss track 7-minute drill off a lot of what Jay-Z did to Nas on his track Takeover. But beyond what this reveals about what Cole thought about what went down, more importantly, to the core of this song, the current state of J. Cole's career, and all of hip-hop for that matter, near the end of this track's second and final verse, he raps about the most complicated piece to this entire equation, because while his apology and bars have already shown that Cole still loves and respects Kendrick Lamar, from his feature run as of recent, which has been with all of Drake's biggest enemies, to Drake blatantly dissing Cole, we have been waiting to see what J. Cole truly has to say about what is going down between him and Drake once and for all. And now finally addressing this, Cole says, they say I'm picking sides, you don't lie on me. To start another war, Drake, you'll always be mine. I ain't ashamed to say that you did a lot for me. F all the narratives. And now has Cole...
Nigga, you's a bitch.
Man, I don't want to hear nothing about he's being a bigger man. He's being a grown up. Man, we ain't got time for this bigger man adult shit in hip hop. Fuck that nigga, man. In hip hop, I don't want to hear about no being a... Fuck that nigga, man. I don't want to hear about this shit. Nah, this is hip hop. Fuck that nigga, man. The hell? No damn kumbaya moment. Not in the middle. This is supposed to be like 10 years from now, right? When J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and Drake are like 60 years old, then they can have this. Not now. No, it's too early for this shit. Do this shit when y'all 60, man. Too early for this kumbaya shit, man. Fuck this, man. You's a bitch.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
I don't want to hear this shit. I'm crying it. Nah, man. You supposed to do this when you retire. When you in the game, it's time to play EA Sports, nigga. You in the game. When you retired, y'all can all sit down, all three of y'all, and y'all can reminisce about this moment and say, you know what? My bad. Okay, cool. But not right now. I don't want to hear this shit right now. Nigga, you in the game, nigga.
Cole closes his verse out talking about where his love for rap really lies and what his purpose on the mic is. He does end this track, which has finally told us so much in a powerful way, but with this said, as Cole is now saying that after all of the speculation and drama that he still loves Drake and that he will never not appreciate somebody who has been so integral to his career in various instances and eras. While I respect Cole on one hand for really showing and explaining on this track, he does not care about his rap legacy more than he cares about his actual humanity. And as an extension of that, it kind of makes sense why Cole is still welcoming Drake into his circle with open arms. I have to say that not even as a rapper, but just a person who clearly respects his peace, but also over everything himself to make tough decisions. I think letting Drake off the hook went off rip based on your decision to back out of this beef. He clowned you on some of the most important songs of the year and decided to take your character and depict you out to be a very weak man. J. Cole needs to understand that you don't have to be friends with everyone, and that while you don't have to go all out and diss Drake if that's not the way you move, we understand that. I think the fact that he looks
soft, bro. He looks soft, man. Man, Drake clearly been throwing shots at you. You're like, oh, it's okay. Yeah, I still, man. Drake been clearly taking shots at J. Cole, and J. Cole just sitting there, just like, oh, okay, well, come on, bro. Stand up for yourself, man. I don't respect this. This takes nothing away from him. Everybody know he's a great artist and all that stuff. I'm talking about this isolated moment. This ain't it. This ain't it, man. This moment is it's a bad look, man. You look soft as hell.
Just letting Drake just get a pass for disrespecting him over and over again since this summer is just too generous to Drake. And now maybe Cole's right here and Drake will apologize to him and this will all make things better. But at this point, as Drake seems to be only getting more bitter and bitter about the outcomes of things, and really deep down inside, seems like he resents J. Cole in a way for exiting this thing and leaving him in a 1v1 against Kendrick Lamar. While I think it's great that J. Cole became the first rapper after this beef to just give us a song where he is straight up telling us how he feels and is giving us the answers we have been waiting to see, I think the song also exposes the problems I still have with Cole as an MC, which is that he will show us or say one thing and then tell us another and then act like we are the ones who are crazy. Because with the situation with Drake, beyond now how Cole is putting his foot on it here, are we supposed to believe that Cole teaming up with Future, Metro Boomin, A$AP Rocky, and Kendrick Lamar affiliates was all a coincidence? Because from the songs he has cleared to even his lyrics all throughout his career in recent years, which have told us that he will destroy any rapper if they ever test or even disrespect his name. It is strange and weakens the value of what he is saying from the perspective purely of the music, as Cole is just inconsistent with the messaging and singles he delivers. But regardless,
very inconsistent, man. Stop double dutching, man. Either you want to be the greatest or not. Like, you can't talk the talk and then back out. When it's time to get suited and booted, you gotta put on them boots and you gotta go to war. If you want to be number one, hey, there's certain steps that you gotta climb on that ladder. All right. If you don't want to be number one, well then you can be a good rapper, but you can't be bragging, acting like you better than everybody. And when it's time to play, when it's the Super Bowl, when all eyes is on you, you can't back out. You gotta say, if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. But what you did, man, this is weak. I don't care what nobody say. This is weak.
of this rap-related criticism. Despite how confusing Cole can be, even on this song, because his points seem to contradict one another, and while he's saying that he does not want to be involved with beef, he still tiptoes around the idea and throws out subliminals that he could go with any rapper toe-to-toe.
Exactly.
Which, at the end of the day, in terms of this being a message to the rap world, makes a lot of this feel weird, because while J. Cole is trying to choose peace, he is still coming at and trying to aggravate his opponents.
Exactly.
Regardless of my criticism.
He's apologizing, but then he's taking more shots. He's saying, I don't want to beef, but I still beat you. Man, shut up. If me and Kendrick would have went toe to toe, I would have won blow for blow. Like, man, I don't nobody want to hear that from you. You bitched out. I don't want to hear what you would have done. You could have showed us what you would have done, but you bowed out. So I don't want to hear about you could have possibly beat Kendrick Lamar. I don't want to hear it because you didn't do it. You backed out. You waved the white flag. I don't want to hear from you.
With this track as a statement to hip-hop and on the rap world. At the end of this all, I gotta hand it to J. Cole for being brave enough to speak his mind directly in a time where every other rapper is just leaving faint clues about how they feel and where they stand in this beef. And now going forward, I'm sure with Cole releasing such a massive and important track into the rap world, from Kendrick Lamar to Drake to everybody else, I am sure this moment will only cause more rappers to respond accordingly. So now with all this said, let me...
All right, there we go. Salute to that video. Trash ass nigga, J. Cole. Y'all want to react to this one? I don't know.